Morning, this is Annunziato again, and this morning I'm going to bring to you in another one of my many video blogs some information about boat and yacht insurance, and there'll be a follow-up at the website www.independentyachts.com in writing about it a little more in depth about what I'm going to touch on briefly today. But I wanted to talk about boat insurance because there's been some concerns about it. Its expense, the fact that it had been going up in cost, that some people say you can't get it. There were all kinds of rumors that if you were boating in the Gulf of Mexico, you couldn't get boat insurance. They weren't writing any insurance in Florida, etc. All myths, and all myths I'll try to dispel briefly today. The fact is there's plenty of boat insurance available, if you want to pay for it, and it's not extremely expensive. Well, it's not the bargain it was many, many years ago before there were all those hurricanes hit and we had all the devastating losses, not only here in Florida, but up the East Coast, even in the Northeast. There is still good availability of boat and yacht insurance, true yacht policies, which are agreed value policies, which pay the full amount of the agreement, whether if your yacht's insured for $45,000 or $4.5 million or $545,000, and it's a total loss, that's what's paid. And it's available through a number of different carriers. There are a lot of good agencies offering it. Your broker should certainly be able to have a good connection and turn you in the right direction. If anybody has need of that, they can always contact me either through the email phil@independentyachts.com or phil@lukebrown.com, and I'll be happy to give you a referral, no obligations, to some very good people. Also have good contacts in the marine finance industry as well. There are no surcharges or issues or problems with boating in the Gulf of Mexico, and as many people know, and for those of you who don't, some of the most beautiful boating in the world is right here on the west coast of Florida, in the Gulf of Mexico and in the intercoastal and among the barrier islands. We have a whole set of keys that run down the west coast of Florida, and I'll do a separate video blog on west coast of Florida cruising and how beautiful it is and places to go, some favorites, things like that. But as far as yacht insurance goes, there had been some rumors. There were some riders were being attached to the policies. That's no longer the case. Just recently talking to a friend of mine in the industry, he said it's readily available, no surcharges, and no riders, no exclusions, etc. And frankly, the cost of yacht insurance has come down dramatically over the last couple of years. The cost per thousand based on the boat, high-performance boats are still expensive to insure. High-performance boats are still a little difficult to get insurance for because the risk of loss is so much higher. But on your traditional cruising yachts, not just slow trawlers, but even boats that'll cruise at 18, 20, 25 knots, there's still very affordable insurance readily available for the asking. There are also some tips about getting insurance. You don't want to start calling a dozen agencies and having them quote dozens of different companies. And that's something that can get people in trouble, and has. I recently had a sale that almost didn't go through because somebody insisted on doing something on their own, then found out their agent had frozen them out of a number of carriers except through them. They weren't presenting things well, and the man wasn't able to get insurance. We were able to turn that around with a little difficulty. It did cost him a few dollars. So there are some ins and outs to getting yacht insurance as well. And you can contact me also by phone if you'd like. My cell is 941-718-0076. I'll be happy to make a referral there and even counsel you a little bit on how to go about doing that. And of course, I'd love to have the opportunity to possibly help you buy your next boat. Anyway, this is Annunziato, signing off till the next time. Have a great day.